So today I'm excited to introduce you to one of my dear friends who I've known for almost 10 years now. So everyone welcome Darren Oberto. So Darren, can you tell our audience how you got started?
As far as making artwork, I've always been creative and always worked with my hands. My father was a sculptor for Ford Motor Company, and there was always materials around the house. My mother was also very crafty, so there was this creative environment at home. It's what I excelled in always, and what I always found pleasure in. I studied art school at Kendall College of Art and Design in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I originally went there to do functional art and woodworking, and I wanted to become a luthier and make musical instruments. However, I started doing painting, and it seemed to just click. So I went through their painting program, graduated, and then I moved here to Chicago. And I started working at the Alley Gallery. Then it was owned by Chris Malloy, who I consider my mentor in my art making and how it's developed over the last 20 years that I've been here. The Alley Gallery, it's not just a supplemental job for me, but it's also a place where I draw for inspiration, material, camaraderie and feedback amongst my colleagues, and being part of a community very connected to so many artists and creative people in the North Shore and the northern part of Chicago.
Well, you're probably getting all these various artists to come in and get their art framed, and obviously, you know, residents around or designers like me are bringing in, you know, artwork, and that's got to be incredibly inspiring to see other people's work. At least I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I find handling work either from local contemporary artists or modern masters, and the treat to handle museum quality artwork. It's incredibly inspiring.
Yeah.
It gives me focus and drive, and really pushes me to always push my boundaries and be a better artist, be a better person.
Yeah, that's great. I said at the beginning I've known Darren for 10 years, and I did not know all this information, and I feel terrible, but I'm excited that I'm just learning it today. So I know we're standing in front of some of your beautiful pieces, and they're both very different. So talk to us about your process, or what each is about.
I'll start with the work here on the left. This is a series I call Turntable Drawings. This series for me developed when my daughter was born, and I was spending more time at home with her, and my studio became her nursery.
Oh, yeah.
So I had this frustrated buildup of not being able to make things. So I started doing these drawings on my record player so I could hold her
Oh my gosh.
while I was doing the drawings. And it's developed into one of my biggest bodies of work. I first did the small drawings on my record player, and then we were able to expand here at the Alley Gallery when Bookman's Alley closed. When I got my studio in the back, I built a bigger turntable, and now I make them as large as 56 inches.
Yeah, and we're going to show you some of those on this roll. They're amazing, and I've actually seen Darren's artwork recently, not that he's not in many galleries, but in Alma Gallery in Chicago, and it's just beautiful. So if you have an opportunity to go over there, if not here, go check out his work. Okay.
This series of work, I call these artifacts from nowhere. This series of work is utilizing all found, gifted, and salvaged materials. I utilize all sorts of ancient recipes, such as my gesso recipe, which is rabbit skin glue and marble dust. I often use diatomaceous earth rather than marble dust, just because it's found and salvaged.
Okay.
This particular series, I call these infinity diptychs when they're paired together. But the idea is that they're not a fixed composition. They can be rearranged and organized, either hung in different patterns or put together as hexagons, and, or other geometric arrangements.
Oh, it's beautiful. So when you said you made the gesso, and I don't know how it's made, is that like a common way to make it?
It's less common now than maybe it had been in the past.
Okay.
The store-bought acrylic gesso is, it's convenient, it's durable.
Yeah.
For folks that want to get into the messy part of actually rolling up their sleeves and putting paint on the canvas, it's maybe a superfluous step. But I like to do the cooking. I like the whole process is important to me.
I can relate it from a baker standpoint. I make my own lemon curd, and my friends used to make fun of me. They're like, you do know it's store-bought, right? You could buy it in the store. I'm like, no, I got to make it from scratch. Okay, so I know that you're also making some amazing pieces of art using your hands. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Sure. Going back to Chris Malloy, the founder of Alley Gallery, he was interested in lightweight construction and tension devices. So I started making a series of sculpture where I capture potential energy, and it's locked within the sculpture. I've been playing with this idea of capturing the potential energy, and then after seeing a few different artists that use their hands in their work, I thought I could maybe bridge the gap and actually have my hands holding the potential energy, inspired by Nick Cave and Indira Johnson.
Oh, they're beautiful. So, Darren, I know our audience, besides coming to Alley Gallery to frame hopefully all of their framing needs, how else can they find your artwork and find you?
Sure. My website is easy to find. If you just Google my name, Darren Oberto, it's the first thing that comes up.
Okay, great.
Alma Art Interiors, this series of work, as well as turntable drawings and my cyanotypes. And then here at the Alley Gallery, I always have quite a bit of work.
Okay,
and
great.
Folks are always welcome for a studio visit.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I hope you all come and visit Alley Gallery and visit Darren and his team. His whole team is incredible. Yeah. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being here with me today, Darren. This was really my pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you all next month.